Welcome back, everybody. This is IGN Live at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm Damon, this is Greg, and you know Greg, ever since Hagar the Horrible, Vikings have just been
blowing up. I tell you what, they call them the new vampires.
It's kids, if they're not playing Angry Birds, they're playing Vikings, those kids everywhere. Yeah. They have this Viking show on the History Channel. It's a big hit.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware of this.
I've heard of it. I've heard of this Viking History Channel show.
Here to tell us a little bit more about Vikings are Travis and Katheryn, here from the show.
Ah, yeah, this is my kind of interview. Let's take off some of the clothes. All right.
Let's get nuts.
Kill you.
Travis.
Yes.
My mom's watching. She doesn't have the cable. In a nutshell, what is the History Channel Viking show all about?
It's about Vikings conquering the West, England and France and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you guys pick on England a lot in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, the show it follows a character that was the first guy to navigate the ocean to England from Scandinavia, and all the trouble that they get in and
the shenanigans,
all the raids. Yeah.
Lots of shenanigans.
Katheryn, why were you drawn to the show?
Why? I think originally, well, obviously Michael Hirst wrote it, and I've been a huge fan of his since he wrote The Tudors, and he wrote Elizabeth with Cate Blanchett. And when I first read the script, it was just so rich in terms of the Viking culture and who they were as people in society, which I knew very little about Vikings, as a lot of people did. And it was interesting to learn, and the fact that these characters actually existed. Like, we play real Vikings, Lagertha and Ragnar, have definitely gone down in history, and there's a lot of myths and sagas about them. So It's nice to actually dig into something and learn about all that.
Obviously, Game of Thrones has been a big hit. Do you think its success helped pave the way for Vikings?
Ooh. I think it's completely different than Game of Thrones.
Sure.
But in terms of an epic storyline and having, I wouldn't say that this is a fantasy show, so it is very different. But I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones as well.
Well, Vikings has been very successful for History Channel. Do you see it paving the way for more original series, like, you know, maybe set in medieval times?
No, hopefully. History Channel's been amazing with us. They're just a great company, and we're very lucky that they're the ones that chose to pick up Vikings. So I'm sure, they've got a lot of plans for a lot more shows, so good luck to them.
Travis, you're scary. Now, on the show, you're scary, right? I mean, you're picking on English. But even, look, show your knuckles to these cameras. What are they doing to you? Did she do this?
Careful, maybe he's like Trey Parker and doesn't like to be touched.
You can tell us. This is a safe place. Is this the toll the show takes on you?
Yeah, from the stunts, I'm pretty clumsy. That's from all the swords that hit you when you're holding your thing.
Yeah.
Are you guys shooting season 2?
I wouldn't have any fingers if it was real live.
Yeah, we're actually right in the middle of season 2 in Ireland. But it's a very physical show.
Sure.
We don't really have stunt doubles, so we do all our own physicality. And
do you like that?
Oh, yeah. You kidding me? I grew up training martial arts. I started at the age of 7 and got my first black belt at the age of 13. So I actually get a chance to kick some ass. Kick your ass.
So now your relationship on the show is portrayed as very loving, but not always monogamous. Could that cause problems in season 2?
Mate, you just rolled me.
Why don't you answer that?
My character's very into his legacy, and he wants a lot of children, and we try to have more kids, and it doesn't work out. And
it's a guy's fault.
It usually is. Any time any problem arises, it's the guy's fault.
Yeah, in history, he has a lot more sons and gets married a few times. So we're trying to keep it as true to history as we can. Some people are going to get hurt along the way.
Exactly. Just wait till Lagertha gets older, right?
Well, she knows a little bit more about what's happening out there.
Yeah.
Do we have a question from Twitter?
We do have a question on Twitter.
Let's go to
I don't know if we have it.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, tweet at IGN, #SDCC to be part of the show. We're going to pop it up here on the screen in 1 second.
Our question comes from Keenan. He wants us to inquire about the trials of getting into character and the difficulties of maintaining that persona.
Katheryn.
Ooh. I think what's great about this is that Michael writes us and it allows us to have creative freedom to bring our characters and interpret it whatever way we want. But since we are playing real Vikings, there's a certain story that we have to tell, and it's great because when you're working on TV and something like this, it's not a director's medium, but it's a writer's medium, and there's one voice, and we're so lucky to have Michael Hurst as the sole writer of every single episode, which you don't really have that freedom in television.
Sure.
So there's a lot of, I guess, it's more of a breath of fresh air knowing your character's going to go a certain way, and you have a lot of trust and freedom that your character will be portrayed in the right way.
Talk about getting the roles. Travis, like when they came to you, were you like, History Channel's making TV shows?
I'm a big fan of Michael Hurst as well. I put myself on tape. I was pretty late in the process, and I was at home, put myself on tape, and lucky they were dumb enough to cast me.
Yeah.
You know, so I was lucky I missed all the main audition process.
What about you, Katheryn?
I think I was probably the last cast members to get cast. I put myself on tape in my living room, and I remember I was shooting a movie in Toronto, and they asked to do a callback, and I went to a Halloween store and costume store to try to rent what I thought was a Viking outfit. And,
was it like one of the
very
horned
successful.
hats? And like the two,
Oh, they actually didn't have horns,
Okay.
so that's a big myth. But
no,
then,
I know, but that's like
yes,
what that
it was.
would be like.
It was definitely not what it is now.
It's not a legitimate Viking outfit.
And then I flew down to screen test with Travis, and 3 days later I was off to Ireland. So it was really quick.
I mean, is that crazy? How long do you have to uproot your life?
Half a year.
Wow.
Half a year in Ireland, pretty much 5 months. And but I love it. Ireland's such a great place to shoot, and it's so beautiful, and the crew is absolutely fantastic. They've gone back since Braveheart, so they've been around for 25 years. So it's really like one big family, don't you think?
I agree.
You guys seem pretty
No,
close.
the Irish people are brilliant. Brilliant people. No egos over there.
You mentioned Braveheart, and the fact, of course, that this is based on reality, or the things we know about Vikings. When you got the role, even though you had to rush off right away, did you immediately start trying to consume stuff, or did you want to break away and not remember
research?
Yeah, did you not want to remember Braveheart? Did you want to do your own thing, or did you want to go look at other stuff and read about these characters?
Well, the scripts themselves were very informative. You know, and there's not a lot of history on Vikings because they never read or wrote themselves. They're always portrayed by the documentation of the Saxons and other people that they attacked. So they had a bad rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Michael's done just a brilliant job of humanising us all, you know, and it's a real family saga, and they weren't just brutal people.
Now, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody watching at home, but in season 1 there were a few holy crap moments. Like, for what you know of season 2, are there ramifications from those, and then are there going to be more crazy ass moments like that?
I think it just gets bigger and better,
Yeah.
and more epic, and definitely our characters are tested and have a lot of struggles, and it's interesting to see where each different character takes it. It's an ensemble show, and obviously Travis is doing such a great job leading the first.
Look at you, huh?
Yeah.
When there's,
Great.
these big bombshells happen, if a big character gets killed off, how much of a heads up are you guys given?
No.
None?
Like,
Nope.
It's like the day that
maybe
you're
a week
shooting
or
is when you
something.
find out?
Oh, maybe a week or something.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the scripts. It's like
tap on the shoulder.
it's like Christmas because you don't know what's going to happen. You're like, oh, let me read the script, and you don't know if your head's going to get chopped off.
We just finished pretty well shooting the first 2 episodes, and we're really excited about it. It's really taken the show to another
The first 2
level.
episodes of season 2?
Yeah.
The Blu-ray for season 1 is coming out soon, is that right?
I think mid-October.
Were the 2 of you involved in that at all?
No.
Yes, I did an interview. I just did the, I guess, commentary. First time I've ever done that when you watch a certain episode. I ended up doing that with Clive, and he plays Rollo, which was a lot of fun to do and weird to comment on yourself on screen. But I think hopefully fans won't find it too boring.
I'm sure they won't.
Yeah.
Another Twitter question here, Damon.
This is from Albany Down. You want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. Albany Down tweets. He says, "Oh, we disconnected it from it. Oh
It's
God,
not on the
we're
monitor
ruining a
anyway,
live show."
it's
Oh, there. Albany Down says, "Do they come from the land of the ice and snow? And is the immigrant song the definitive song about Vikings?"
Oh, jeez.
It doesn't get much better than that.
What's great about Vikings is there's Vikings in all of us. They really did invade a lot.
Get out of me!
Well, it's true. They were the first navigators. They were the first ones. Like, I have a Ukrainian background, and when I was doing my research on my background, and the Vikings did invade Ukraine and what was USSR, and it was interesting. And even coming to America, so all that history is so great to explore when you're doing your research. And yes, we play Vikings in Norway, and we do invade. And as the second series goes on, you'll see that they start establishing more of a home in different lands because they needed to, in order to survive, to be able to grow more farm and to be able to have more of a livelihood.
What a real answer to a complete BS.
I know.
I did not. You
Nice
see how
try,
I
Albany
sidestepped
down.
They got you. You can't fool a Viking. Fool a Viking once, shame on you.
Travis and Katheryn, thank you so much. Is there an air date for the premiere of season 2 yet?
I think probably mid-March.
Mid-March,
I would say
okay.
last year we were March 3rd, so probably around the same time on the
Excellent.
History Channel. So check it out.
Check it out. Blu-ray season 1 out in October. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Good work, Katheryn.
All right.
Oh no, you don't stop it.
Greg, we have to take a quick break.
Vikings, they just do whatever they want.
Well, I know, you can't control them. We're going to take a quick break. You just hang on one second here. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back just after these messages.